I think I'm gonna like it. It does remind me a lot of the Xbox controller. If anything, I'll say it's slightly... What's up guys, it's Neil from Nerb. I am super excited. Today I'm unboxing a Google Stadia Premiere Edition. If you don't know what Google Stadia is, basically it allows you to game as if you're using a console or you're using a gaming PC at that kind of level of gaming performance through the internet. You have a controller, you have a receiver, which they call the Google Chromecast Ultra, which is basically a little dongle you plug into your TV, and it talks to the remote and it's pulling the game from the cloud. So basically there's a giant room of servers somewhere that's crunching all the data that normally would happen on the console that you use in your home or on your PC. I'm super excited about this because I want to play Cyberpunk 2077, and I've heard that it's a beast of a game. It's huge, it's very detailed, very complex, and it doesn't run well on current gen consoles. Now the next gen consoles, even then, are not as good as somebody who owns a super high-end PC. So this basically virtualizes the high-end PC in the cloud and then sends you the video. It collects all the input from the controller. So there's two things that scare me with this, is that if you don't have a fast enough internet, or if the latency on your internet, or if there's any problem with your internet whatsoever, there's going to be lag, there's going to be stuttering. I want to try it out. Like I said, this is the Premiere Edition. I was lucky enough to get this. You're not going to believe this. For 50 bucks with Cyberpunk 2077, you know, it was $10 off your first game if you signed up for Google Stadia Pro, which is their $10 a month subscription. So I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna see if I like it. I don't think you're gonna be able to get that deal again, but be on the lookout. You might be able to get one if you're lucky. All right, so here is the Google Stadia Premiere Edition. All right, so... Oh yeah, and you know what? Why it says this, why this piece of marketing says one place for all the ways we play, is you can actually play it on your phone. You can play it on your computer, basically anything that has Chrome. I think iPads and iPhones just got it. So you can take your phone, attach it to the controller with a special attachment, and you can actually play this through the cloud. I'm curious to see what the gaming performance is gonna be like, one, on my internet, which I just upgraded to gigabyte internet, which is ridiculously fast. And I did that so I could play Cyberpunk 2077. I'm a little spoiled. Let's open this bad boy up. All right, so got my handy dandy knife. Now I just think it's so cool these days about how nice these boxes have gotten for all of these products. So this looks like this is one of those lay down and lift type things. Come on, come on. Oh, wow. Okay, this is nice. This looks nice. It feels nice. Here it is. This is the Google Stadia Premiere Edition controller. And I have to say, I think I'm gonna like it. It does remind me a lot of the Xbox controller. If anything, I'll say it's slightly more comfortable. Feels a little wider, not as narrow inwards. The buttons are pretty much identical though, the two joysticks. Instead of one being up here and the D-pad down here, the D-pad's up top. So you can see the D-pad is up top, which is definitely different than the Xbox. The Xbox, it's kind of staggered. See, we got the left-right triggers. It's good action there. It feels nice. Ooh, and USB-C charging. Somebody listen. If anything comes with micro USB at this point, I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Everybody's doing USB-C. So that is the controller. Very excited about that. And let's pop this open, see what we got. All right, yep, we got a power brick in here. This is probably to charge the controller. This day and age, when power bricks are just not coming with anything anymore, this is very much appreciated. I'll be honest, it probably will be the last that we see things like this. I think this is just gonna become commonplace that we don't see a charging brick. Comes with a USB-A to USB-C, which is a little weird, but again, I think this is before the trend of everything being USB-C. This controller, I think, was made like 2 years ago at this point. Feels good. This is like high quality. They're really trying to show off here. They really want you to feel like Google's made it. We make hardware now. We'll see if people dig it. We'll see if I like it. I don't even know if I'm gonna like it yet. That is the cable. And we got some documentation here. That slides out. And make it all pretty for people like me. Getting started. What's included tells you that it's going to come with the dongle and the charging cable and the controller and all that good stuff. Cool. I mean, I like the branding, you know, the sleeve has an interesting color. I'm a nerd like that, whatever. We got two products here. We have the Chromecast Ultra Black with the Stadia controller, clearly white, it's called, clearly. We have another power brick. This is interesting. USB micro. I just got done saying, why not USB-C? Okay, so the reason why this looks so weird, if we can look at it up closer, is that you have the power brick, but you also have an Ethernet adapter here. So they are definitely anticipating like, hey, you want very fast internet, so plug directly into your router if you can. They want to really reduce latency. So this is not just a power brick, this is also an adapter for the Ethernet for the Chromecast Ultra. That should really help speed things up. Pull this out. Now, I have a first-gen Chromecast, and it's super cool, but it's been buggy since day one. Sometimes you'll be watching a movie, and it'll drop connection with the Home app, so I can't just pause it. It's bizarre. Here is the Ultra. Got a little plastic. Oh, okay, interesting. It's like matted, but then when you pull this off, look at that. It's glossy. It's like a fake out. Huh. All right, this looks nice. It definitely feels higher quality than the old one I have. Still has that fun magnet, you know. When I need to pull this out and plug in my cable, because I only have 2 HDMIs on my TV, honestly, I just use this little magnet. Oh, I just use this little magnet, and watch, I'm gonna attach it to the boom here. Look how strong that is. That's impressive. All right, so that's basically it here. I mean, we have the Chromecast Ultra, which has micro USB. The controller, which has USB-C. Whatever. That's kind of a sticking point for me, but it's really not that big of a deal. Whatever. Because once we have this plugged into the back of our TV, who's gonna care? I'm not gonna care. So we got the controller, we got the Chromecast Ultra, we have the power adapter, we have the charging brick for the controller, and the charging cable. I am curious to see how long it takes to charge. I'm curious to see how long the controller battery lasts. I'm also curious to see how long the battery internally will last and if it's replaceable. I do not know. Oh, something fun here is a headphone jack on the bottom. So I really love how gaming platforms are doing this. To be able to plug in your headphones directly into the controller, that is just awesome. I'm gonna take this home and play with it. So the process of setting up the controller with the Chromecast Ultra, with my TV, pairing it, and setting up the Wi-Fi was actually really simple. Most of the time I wasn't paying attention. The screens, they walk you through it step by step. I really do feel like anybody could do it. Gameplay is practically flawless, and the graphics are amazing. It feels like somebody cranked up the quality settings all the way. I know that it's enterprise level hardware that's crunching all the data in the background using high-end GPUs and then just sending the stream to me. So that kind of feels cool. It's cool because there's this small sense that this is special. Like, I'm getting preferential treatment in the cloud. I only saw one little hiccup during a shootout. I don't know if there was any lag there, but I adjusted the sensitivity on the controller. To me, felt a little bit closer to how I play with Call of Duty, and I felt a lot better about it. I mean, my driving could stand to improve, that's for sure. So it looks like 4K HDR is only available if you pay for the Stadia Pro, which is $10 a month. So if you have a 1080p TV and you're not gonna play any of the other games and you already paid for Cyberpunk, you know, you might not need the Pro, but for me, I have the 4K TV, I have the HDR. I do want to see this in its highest quality settings. So while I get this game out of my system, I feel like $10 a month is actually pretty good. The gameplay ate up something like 12 gigabytes of bandwidth per hour. I checked with my ISP. So you're going to want to check to make sure that your ISP doesn't limit or have any data caps or anything like that. You're going to be chewing through a lot of data on your home network. It's not unreasonable to think that the 4K HDR can blow through 20 gigabytes of bandwidth in an hour. That's totally something to keep in mind. It seems excessive. Like if you had a data cap or if you had a data limit, that would be terrifying. That would be gone very quickly. So definitely check with your ISP if this is the route that you're going to be going. Given that I'm not ready to pull the trigger yet on a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, I feel like this is a really good option. It's a low cost of entry. You're getting the highest graphics possible. I could use it at home. I can use it at work. I can use it on my phone. Success, it works on my computer in my office without a problem. I kind of feel like they've nailed this. I'm playing Cyberpunk on my cell phone. Probably not going to use it on my phone. I'm going to want to use the big screen for that. I will say you're going to have a lot of fun with the game. It's geared more towards an adult audience, so keep that in mind, parents. I'm not going to lie, we were kind of getting into it. I don't have much to say on the game for now. I want some more time to play with it. I might do a review in the future. As far as my first week with it, it's fun. I'm having fun with it. It's enough to keep my attention. Thanks for checking out my video. Hit that like button, smash that like button, spank that like button, and subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I love that you stopped by. See ya.